Okay, so my student dialogue was on peer pressure. Sorry, the light went out. And whenever we first got in there, everybody seemed a little shy and everything. It's kind of weird being in a group of people that you don't really know, trying to be open and everything. So we played a little game called Link that kind of got everybody used to each other, I guess. And we talked a little bit, just getting to know everybody else. And once we were finished with that, um, we were placed in groups, and we were each told to make a skit about different kinds of peer pressure. My group got teasing, and we had about 4 people in our group, so we decided to make a skit about this guy being at a party, and instead of drinking beer or any other kind of alcohol, he was drinking apple juice. And there were 2 other people who were at the party, and they came up to him and saw that he was drinking apple juice, and they started teasing him about it, calling him a wimp and like that sort of thing. And then my role was to be the person who steps in and is like, "Hey guys, um, don't don't even worry about what he's doing. If he doesn't want to drink, he doesn't want to drink, and it's cool. Like leave him alone." And that was kind of cool. It was fun. At first, I was kind of unsure about it, but it actually turned out to be good. And other people had really good skits also. They did some on like bad peer pressure, and then there was good peer pressure, and then like I said, we had teasing, and there are some other kinds too. I don't remember all of them, but that leads me to like good peer pressure. I had never really thought about that before. Um, but it was kind of cool to really think about it for once. I think the skit that they did was that there was a person who was really involved with school. They had a bunch of studying to do, essays to write, the normal college thing, and they were to the point to where they were kind of starving themselves. They were working so much that they skipped meals and everything, and so their friends um, acted good peer pressure on them. Uh, they got them to go eat with them. They talked them into it, even if the person was like, "No, no, I have work to do." They were like, "Come on, you really need to eat. Let's go. Let's do this." And finally, the person said yes. And that was just really cool to think about. I think it hit me hard because that's the kind of peer pressure that I'm most used to. Um, because I kind of do that thing to myself. I'll skip breakfast a lot and everything, and my boyfriend will really get on to me about that, talking about how important it is, and also with like working out and stuff too. He really is my motivation to go do that. He makes me he just talks me into going and everything, and that was a really cool part of the dialogue, and then we all sat around and just talked about our own experiences, and I was pretty quiet. I'm a shy person, but there were some really talkative people there too, and their stories are actually really um interesting to listen to. Some were good and some were bad. There was this frat guy who saw people do the milk challenge. It's where they had to drink like a red solo cup of alcohol, like vodka or something, and then they had to chug a gallon of milk. And of course that's bad peer pressure. And then there's this other story. This was a crazy story. It was about how like this guy was on a ice or a hockey team, and it was ice hockey. And there was a sort of initiation thing where a person had to undress and then skate down and take a shot and then skate back. And this one guy fell and got all cut up and everything. And that was just crazy to think about. But there are other stories and everything. But the dialogue actually turned out to be a lot cooler than I thought it would. And it actually was a dialogue too. Like we were all talking and just putting in our own thoughts and everything, and there really was no judgment on anybody, and it was just really open. It was really nice to be like that, and we it was just nice. Like we talked about things that we had already seen in college, even though it was just a couple weeks in, and Like I said, there were more stories. We heard more, a lot of alcohol involved stories, uh, which I guess is normal in college experience. Thankfully, I haven't even um, had any peer pressure really this semester, and it's going good. But it was really interesting, and I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.